inside that head of yours?
Contemplating Winston Churchill's urinal. Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, her attempts to add a feminine touch to her private Treasury bathroom have been scuppered by a bill of several £1,000s to cover up a urinal used by Winston Churchill. A urinal in a private bathroom?
Disgusting.
I mean, I know Churchill was busy and all, but did he really need to go that quick that he didn't have time to lift the seat of a toilet?
Yes.
Yes. And it's patriotic, it's unpatriotic, rather, to think otherwise. Rachel Reeves, Britain's first female Chancellor since the office was set up more than 800 years ago, has been told she cannot remove a 100-year-old urinal from her private bathroom and has been quoted at least £8,000 to seek permission to build a permanent cover over it.
What?
£8,000 to seek permission. To actually cover it up is extra. I think the people she asked just thought of a number, doubled it and added a zero. Is that why it costs £11,000 to change a light bulb on an aircraft carrier? I mean, I don't know whether that's right. I'm just asking questions. I mean, Nigel Farage has not denied that it costs £11,000 to change a light bulb on an aircraft carrier, which I think is very interesting. What's he got to hide? After being elected just over a month ago, Rachel Reeves discovered the urinal in the Chancellor's bathroom that dates back to at least 1922. A Treasury document confirmed that Reeves will not be able to remove the urinal, which has been designed as, or designated rather, as having historical importance and is associated with Winston Churchill. There's Brits with England flag tattoos on their foreheads that would quite like to worship at the font that received Winston Churchill. That urinal is part of the Chancellor's private bathroom, which also includes a toilet, in case two people need to go at the same time. You know, in an emergency.
Warning, warning.
The Rachel Reeves has resorted to putting a temporary cover over the urinal, says The Times, as civil servants find a way to take it out of sight and action. An internal document from civil servants said this will be at least an 18-week process and cost in the region of £8,000 for the application alone. A second option to frost the existing glass panel could also run into thousands of pounds, as it would have to be designed and custom-made due to the shape, the document said. Treasury sources have said the Chancellor may have to resort to taking the cheapest option of finding a potted plant to cover over the urinal.
Want to score some pot?
Not that kind of potted plant. St Ives, Brenda. Brenda. Now, to be fair, Brenda has been on hold for an hour, and I do believe Brenda has fallen asleep. So we'll be very, very quiet. Oh, Brenda. This usually works. No, I believe she's completely gone. We'll give her a moment. Oh, I'm sorry, time's up. She'll be furious when she startles awake and realises she's missed her chance. Sorry about that, Brenda. Huddersfield. Hello, David.
Winston Churchill was clearly a stand-up guy, wasn't he?
Wasn't he just?
Now then, you ruined your voice.
Yeah.
And I've found out why and how.
Go on.
Egg and jam sandwiches.
Mm-mm.
Nobody eats egg and jam sandwiches. They're obviously toxic. Except you.
Fried egg and jam sandwiches.
Yeah, 1993, I found a recording of you going on about it. You know, going on like you do.
On and on, yeah.
Whinging, whining and moaning about everything.
I want one of those right now.
I've had a traumatic experience ringing your show.
Oh, yes.
Turns out you're glamorous assistant. Wait a minute.
Who?
the fella that answers the phone,
yes,
who used to be a glamorous assistant before I couldn't say it.
Right.
Says I've got an accent.
An accent?
He said so.
Undetectable to me, David.
That's what I thought. But I thought if I do go in a pub and I do use my accent, I might get punched in the face, because you never know, do you? There's some very aggressive people out there.
And they dislike people from Northern Ireland?
Fair observation. You're sharp. What I really rang up about, other than getting distracted by Winston's, doings, is there seems to be a massive difference in people's attitudes to being well-mannered. Like that fella that rang up and more or less threatened you with an implied threat that if you go anywhere...
there was no more or less about it.
I wonder if I ought to continue. I might use the voice that I sometimes use for my newscaster on my web series, but I don't think I will. So, it's very strange how people don't seem to see good manners now as a strength. They see it as a weakness.
A weakness,
Yeah. They think they're caving in to everybody. You're on about escalators. I mean, if somebody needed the dog carrying up an escalator or down, I'd do it. As a gesture, if there were a little old lady with a big dog, you'd carry it one for them, wouldn't you? It's like you'd do them a small favour, wouldn't you?
Right. Are you telling me that you carried her dog, but you'd leave the old lady to negotiate the escalator on her own?
I'm a Yorkshireman, I've got two hands.
Okay.
So, I think it's a sad sign of the times that people have become aggressive to each other. You're talking about battle lines and what have you. Lancashire and Yorkshire, we talk about them as being over top, because other side at Pennines. Can you detect my accent?
No, absolutely. No. It's like the Queen's English coming through to me.
We've got a king now. But anyway, never mind.
It's hard to get used to, yeah.
It's all that jam. So anyway, so people are looking for reasons to fall out over trivia. Like you said, easily divided and conquered. And the elite, Metropolitan and others, use this to safeguard their position, to keep us all squabbling amongst ourselves.
Exactly.
So I threatened your glamorous assistant and I said, listen, it turns out I had to do because it was a matter of honour. So he's from Leeds, apparently.
Oh, no. Leeds?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I'm from Huddersfield, which is hardly any distance apart, but they say tour and we say tour.
Right, that sounds like war to me.
Well, exactly. If that's not a reason to start throwing bricks about, I don't know what is.
Exactly.
So these people don't know they've got out to complain about.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't have said it like that myself, and I couldn't have said it better myself.
You couldn't have understood it even if you did say it like that.
No, exactly right. Okay, good work, David. Thanks a lot, mate. A listener with material.
Oh, no.